Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your Thursday boy, Anas. And I know that it may seem like I have fallen off or stepped back for a quiet minute. And truth be told, that's what happened. I went through an unexpected death in my family. I went through a severe life change. And I'm doing my best that I can to hang on and deal with what I got to in front of me. But having this platform and all you guys still hanging in there with us, appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I know my other bros do too. It's a stressful time for all of us, and there is just so much going on that I just can't wrap my head around it. It is so difficult to just it's just so much. It's just so much. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's so many conversations around the movement of Black Lives Matters, All Lives Matters, Blue Lives Matter. Like, there's just so much, and we all want the same thing, which is equality, which is justice. That's all we want. You know what I mean? And I was having a conversation with a friend of mine earlier, and I was saying it's exhausting being black in America. It's exhausting being a person of color in America because it's policies, laws, and whatever in between that's at the expense of black people's lives, people of color lives. I don't understand it. Like Breonna Taylor, y'all, they just now struck down the no-knock ban, warrant, whatever that is. Really? Like, come on now. Like, common sense is common sense. And I feel like some days I feel like we're outnumbered. Some days I feel like there's not enough prayer in the world. But at the same time, I'm sitting here wondering what kind of human being, no matter what their job is, what kind of human being can end a life, especially if it's in a non-threatening situation. Like, I'm trying to imagine being in that cop's shoes who walked in her house. I want to know what that mind state was. I want to know, like, what evilness was running through his mind. Like, is your job really that important? Like, I don't know. I don't think I could have a job where I could end somebody's life like that. The power to like that. I don't know. Like, that's just me. It just makes no sense, you know? And another friend of mine was talking about something like, well, I own a firearm. And I asked a serious question. I said, so if you own that firearm and you hold it up and you pull the trigger aimed at somebody, you have every right to pull that trigger, but where does my rights begin? You understand? Like, if you aiming that gun at me, where do my rights begin just because you're allowed to fire it? Do my rights begin when that bullet hit me, or do my rights begin when you pick it up, the gun? I don't know. I don't have the answers to nothing. I don't understand why the world is the way it is. I don't understand. Okay, I just thought about something. My grandma said something to me. We were talking about looking at the riots and the looting and the distractions that were going on from the peaceful Black Lives movement out this way. And people were being tear gassed by the cops and being all this stuff. And my grandma looked at me, and she's 85, and she said, they're doing the same thing to y'all that they were doing to us. So what's changed? And that's deep. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. Because people are out there really just standing there and just getting the life knocked out of them, standing there, protecting their freedoms, protecting our rights, protecting things that matter to us, to let the government know that we matter, our lives matter. This is crazy. But I'm in solidarity. I mean, there's so much going on that you gotta do what you need to do to be okay in these crazy times. I wish I knew. Going through a lot of stuff myself. I'm reaching out for, help. Actually, that's been a struggle of mine, is reaching out for help during tough moments, during tough times. So I'm doing that. But I mentioned that because during all of this craziness, we got to do something for ourselves that keep us grounded, you know. And it's been a lot. Like, I haven't been, you know, in all honesty, y'all, your boy been going through some motions. Your boy been going through it. And I know that I had to take a moment and step back and focus on what really was really mattering to me in the moment, you know what I mean? So that's just really what's been going on this side on the Thursdays over here. But I mentioned earlier that I had a death in my family, and so that's been taking a toll as well. Because it was my step grandma who passed away, and just rest in peace. So it's just trying with everything I can right now. So I know this video is just a little all over the place and rambling and all that good stuff, but I'm just letting y'all know I'm good, I'm here, I'm paying attention to the movement. I stand in solidarity with everybody. We gotta come together, you hear me? We gotta come together. So next week I should be back in full force with a topic to dive into, because I know a couple weeks ago I wanted to talk about disconnecting from former self, if I disconnected from my former self, which was a question posed to me. So I'll dive into that next week, but your boy gotta get out of here real quick because I got a little toddler who needs some attention. But stay with us, stay up, and stay peaceful. Gone.